Hi, welcome to She Spice. In the event that I let you know Oprah Winfrey, the sovereign of daytime television, and Hollywood's distant magnate, may be concealing an embarrassment so touchy it could obliterate her inheritance. Purportedly, Diddy has a tape that attaches Oprah to one of his notorious gatherings. And this isn't simply some tattle. The murmurs are coming from inside Hollywood itself. The federal authorities guarantee to have tracked down secret accounts during their strike on Diddy's house and won it. Those tapes supposedly ensnares Oprah in manners that could blow this entire thing wide open. We should begin with the notorious Diddy parties the FBI strike on his chateau uncovered something straight out of a Hollywood thrill ride. Stowed away cameras. These weren't only for security. They were established in confidential regions to catch each and everything that occurred during these beyond ridiculous social events. Reports say these accounts were not just saved, however, supposedly sold on the dim web for more than $500 million. That is, confidential minutes from some of the greatest names in Hollywood, traded hands for cosmic totals, and here's where things get more obscure. One of these tapes purportedly involves Oprah Winfrey, who's been a dear companion and colleague of Diddy for a really long time. Oprah Winfrey and Diddy's association is no mystery. Their fellowship has traversed many years, and both have utilized their impact to shape media, music, and generosity. Yet the way in which profound does this relationship truly go? The two initially met in the mid-1990s, as they were ascending to the highest point of their separate businesses. Over the long haul, they showed up together at occasions, upheld each other's ventures, and, surprisingly, dealt with good cause drives. Whether it was advancing psychological wellness in the African American population or giving to underserved schools. Their association appeared to be steady, however, with Diddy now behind bars and anticipating preliminary individuals are addressing on the off chance that Oprah's fellowship with him was absolutely expert or something like that, considerably more complicated. After Diddy's capture, Oprah stood out as truly newsworthy for purportedly escaping the country. Virtual entertainment emitted at the point when reports surfaced that Oprah was disappearing abroad. The planning of her takeoff could never have been more dubious, fanning the fire. Donald Trump's new political race win has everybody in Hollywood nervous. Trump has promised to deliver the famous Harvey Weinstein list, supposedly uncovering each and every individual who had connections to the shamed maker. Thinking about Oprah's past kinship with Weinstein, pundits accept she could be next. In peril, it's super peculiar for many individuals that, the rundown of clients that went to the island has not been made public. Definitely, it's very fascinating. Isn't it likely will be? So assuming you're ready to, you'll be no doubt positively investigating it while Oprah freely denounced Weinstein during the level of the number Me Too development. Photographs of her grinning and being dependent upon him at occasions paint a more muddled picture. We should not fail to remember that Weinstein was once a Hollywood head boss, and Oprah's relationship with him stretched out a long way past the honorary pathway, from going to his high-profile occasions to advancing movies he supported, like The Steward. Her connections to him appeared to be proficient in some measure on the surface, yet with the approaching danger of Trump's rundown individuals, are beginning to address exactly how profound that association was. Entertainer and extremist Rose McGowan, one of the main ladies to openly blame Weinstein for the outcome, got straight to the point when it came to Oprah in a searing post via virtual entertainment. McGowan called Oprah surprisingly phony, blaming her for focusing on power and self-safeguarding over supporting Vicks. They hadn't rested over a time of 2 or 3 days, and I was gotten out. Whatever that is, I said gracious. You all are experiencing PTSD, and when you begin talking about it without holding back too, everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. The throat's words hit hard, from being buddies with Weinstein to forsaking and annihilating Russell Simmons' VI. She is surprisingly phony. The post incorporated a photograph of Oprah kissing Weinstein on the cheek at an entertainment pageant, a second that looking back feels profoundly disrupting. Macon's analysis isn't just about Oprah's association with Weinstein. About a bigger example of conduct proposes, Oprah could have deliberately ignored a portion of Hollywood's most obscure mysteries. While Oprah claims she had no information on Weinstein's activities before the claim surfaced, her own words caused a commotion in a meeting. She depicted Weinstein as her harasser to highlight specific visitors on the Oprah Winfrey Show. yet she kept a well-disposed compatibility with him openly for years. This duality's energizing hypothesis, pundits contend that Oprah's nearby connections to Weinstein, joined with her impact, might have made her a partner to casualties well before the number sign Me Too development got forward movement. Rather, they propose she decided to remain quiet, conforming to drive, as opposed to utilizing her foundation to safeguard those in need. It's not hard to see the reason why, between her association with Weinstein and Diddy's supposed shakedown tapes, Oprah's name has been hauled into two of Hollywood's greatest embarrassments. Oprah's debates don't end with Weinstein. Her South African initiative schools, laid out fully intent on engaging little kids, have been tormented by embarrassments. We should begin with the primary significant outrage, which ejected under a year after the school opened in 2007. Oprah's fantasy about making a place of refuge for little kids was broken when claims surfaced that the school's quarters, Lady Virginia Mobo, had 15 understudies. Yes, you heard that right. The very individual who shared with care for these little kids was blamed for disregarding their confidence in the most horrendously terrible way. No running water, no power, you will be a piece of the absolute top notch of the Oprah. This occurrence raised much additional disturbing inquiries concerning the school's current circumstances. How should an understudy go through pregnancy work and conveyance without anybody seeing or mediating? Pundits contended that the school's segregated area and severe guidelines may have added to the understudy's dread of looking for help. It was an obvious update that even all those expectations can fall short in the event that the legitimate, emotionally supportive networks aren't set up. Oprah's group stayed hush about the episode, referring to the minor's age. However, the harm to the institute's standing was at that point done some protection. Oprah said this was a secluded misfortune, yet for others, it illustrated what could happen when exclusive requirements conflict with the brutal real factors of overseeing such an establishment. As of late, Oprah confronted reactions over her support of OIC, a famous weight reduction, for a really long time. She reprimanded weight reduction alternate ways in any event, calling them the simple way out. However, presently, with Weight Watchers turning to advance like OIC and Oprah holding partakes in the organization, individuals are calling her out for affectation. Shouldn't we as a whole be more tolerating of anything body you decide to be in? That ought to be your decision? How might somebody who constructed a lifelong on genuineness and self-strengthening turn the tables so definitely? And for what reason does this shift adjust so helpfully with her monetary interests? Here's one more eyebrow. Razor, back in 2009, Oprah encouraged guardians to purchase vibrators for their young little girls as a component of an ever-evolving S-training conversation. In those days, Oprah welcomed S-Master specialist Laura Berman onto her show for what was intended to be a dynamic discussion about S-education. Yet things took a sharp turn when Oprah urged moms to examine life structures as well as self-feeling with their. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.